We have lost far too many lives traveling the path to this day.
Since 1937, over 2,000 people have died at the Golden Gate Bridge. I feel lucky to be alive every single day. Of the thousands that have died off the Golden Gate Bridge, I am of the 1% who have survived.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and that's just the Golden Gate.
Over 2,000 people.
So I was born on drugs and premature, and then I bounced around from home to home. Nobody wanted to keep me because I was sick, and I got lucky. I landed in the home of Patrick and Deborah Hines. I had a great childhood. I thought growing up that everything's gonna be great, and then at 17, it all came crashing down. If you can imagine feeling that everyone around you is out to get you, trying to hurt you, and trying to kill you, and you believe that to be the truth.
Okay, so we understand that this person has some type of psychological issues, right?
Right.
You know what's crazy? They said, the stats said how many people jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge to try to take their own life. And this is something that the Golden Gate Bridge was built originally to save lives.
Right.
You know, cars passing through, making your life easier.
Yeah. People find it means easier to kill themselves.
And what's it with bridges? Like, it's like a thing.
Yeah, I don't know what it is that like people like they just walk up to the bridge or get dropped off, or like, what is it? And then just, something planned. They know that they're gonna go to that bridge to just take their life away, and knowing that there's most likely going to be people there.
Now, you know how human beings tend to follow trends. That's just the nature of how we are built. If there's a trend or a certain style that is trending, I would like to follow, maybe you would like to follow, or a certain type of car that people are purchasing, and then we just ride that wave. If you have psychological issues and you're planning to kill yourself, my question would be, why a bridge? I mean, there's plenty of ways that you can take your own life.
You think that's what they think might be, in their mind, the easiest? Or less painful, maybe? The fastest?
That's kind of scary, jumping off a bridge.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine right before you jump, you're standing on the edge, and then all of a sudden you have all these thoughts rushing in. And then not only that, you have to take the leap.
Yeah, right? And a few seconds it takes in the air, it probably feels like years.
And then what? Bam, they hit the water and they're dead instantly?
I heard like the impact is so hard, it's like landing on concrete pretty much. I don't know if that's true. Like, I don't know. I'm sure.
I had a bad experience with a pool one time, just landing the wrong way from a diving board, and it felt like
bee stinging you. And
yeah. So I could only imagine if you're jumping, what is it?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
High enough.
That's crazy.
From the extreme paranoia, I exhibited symptoms of mania. From the mania came the hallucinations, both auditory and visual. And so with that and the bipolar disorder, I just was spiraling out of control. I vividly remember writing my suicide note. People don't get it. Like, I thought I was a burden to everyone who loved me, because that's what my brain told me, because that's how powerful your brain is. I got off the bus. I walked slowly down the walkway of the Golden Gate Bridge.
That's nerve-wracking.
People rode by me, drove by me, walked by me, and a woman approached me, and she said, "Will you take my picture?" She said thanks, and she walked away. It was that moment I just said, nobody cares. The reality was that everybody cared. I just couldn't see it. I ran forward, and using my two hands, I catapulted myself into free fall. What I'm about to say is the exact same thing that 19 Golden Gate Bridge jump survivors have also said. The millisecond my hands left the rail, it was an instant regret.
Okay.
That was a lot right there.
Yeah. Okay. So the man obviously decides to go with it.
Yeah. And first of all, so it's not just like he lost someone and was saddened. So like you said, he did have mental issue. He said he had paranoia. He mentioned he had a few other things.
Like
Bipolar disorder.
Right.
And mania, was it? Or something? I haven't heard that one. But so nothing happened in his life that caused it. He's just, he said he was a burden to everyone he loved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, it's not like I said, losing someone that he loved or causing someone pain or anything like that. But he felt like he was causing someone pain. Everyone, really.
Yeah, so he needed to take his life.
Yeah, he thought that taking his life is his way of helping everyone else.
Okay.
That's its whole conversation on its own right there.
Right, that's diving into another world. But the thing is, underline this, 19 out of the people who took their lives jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge, 19 survived it. And out of those 19 people, all of them said as soon as they jumped, the feeling of regret hit them. That's what that's what you have to understand and pinpoint.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, no one's going to know that I didn't want to die. In 4 seconds, I fell 75 miles an hour, 25 stories, and I hit the water. I was in the most physical pain I had ever experienced. The Coast Guard was amazing. He was just so freaked out that I was alive that he just dove in and brought me on board. The guy said, do you know how many people we pull out of this water that are already dead? And I said, no, and I don't want to know. The guy put his hand on my forehead and said, kid, you're a miracle. My father took one step into the hospital room, and I looked up at him and I said, Dad, I'm sorry. And he said, no, Kevin, I'm sorry. And if you think about it, both of our immediate reactions were guilt.
Okay. So, obviously, all the thoughts that has entered this man's mind about the feeling of him being a burden in other people's lives, obviously the depression, him not feeling wanted by either loved ones or everybody else around. And all these thoughts were developed by the brain, his brain. But as soon as he jumped off, the 4 seconds that took him to hit the water, his brain felt nothing but regret.
And he said, no one's going to know that I regret this, because he thought he was going to die. So who's to say that the other thousands of people probably felt the same? Right? That people that did die, they probably all felt regret the second their hands left. And they're probably like, no one's going to know that I regret this.
I think that maybe at that very given moment, right before you lose the most valuable thing, which is life, regret instantly hits you. The brain instantly wakes up and says, what did you do? You were given this beautiful experience. And even though in your mind it seemed like it was the worst feeling to exist, you let go of something so beautiful and so precious.
Yeah, he didn't have to get anything to realize that. He was about to lose something that made him realize it.
Yeah.
He didn't have to get $1 million to realize what his life was worth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Him about to lose his life was what made him realize what he really had.
And that's interesting that you said that, what he really had. And he had nothing but bad thoughts and depression. So even that experience of the the emotional downfall that he was going through, the universe was telling him, you had it all.
Yeah, it was worth living.
It was worth even that was it was worth living, exactly like you said.
That's crazy.
Felt that didn't belong to either of us. And even though I didn't die, I caused people a great deal of grief and pain. Just the day of my attempt still sits within them today. I asked my father if he still feared my death by suicide. He said every time the phone goes off, his first inclination is Kevin alive. I had that impact on my dad. So after the jump, the road to recovery was pretty long. I had 7 psych ward stays in the next 11 years. I still have all the symptoms I ever had. Mania, depression, psychosis, hallucinations, all that's still there. I just know how to cope with it and I know how to beat it. I built a support network over these years of treatment so that I wouldn't be fighting this alone. So like, it's okay not to be okay. It's not okay not to ask for someone to back you up. To the families who live with the loss or lost.
It's okay not to be okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. He said it perfect. So he still does have everything he had before, like we just said, but he just learned how to cope with it. So like in reality, nothing changed in his life, right? Like his job didn't change, whatever it may be, what he wears might not have changed or whatever. But he just learned that he can live with this and it's worth it.
Wow. Yeah.
How many people you think that took their own life regret it the second?
Every single person, man. Every single person.
It's crazy.
I mean, if you really think about it, we all came from absolutely nothing. Before you and I were born, we weren't even a thought in anyone's mind. And to become, like one person said it, it's like hitting the lottery. Like how big is our galaxy?
Yeah.
And how many galaxies within a universe? And how many universes within this majestic thing we call, space and time.
Yeah.
And for you to enter a realm like this one, where this realm you can experience something so beautiful, like a breeze in the summertime, witnessing the moonlight at night, or even the emotional feeling of love. Feeling just love, having the ability to love something or someone, or that someone loving you back. This is an amazing experience. There's a lot of people who are dealing with psychological issues, yeah. But I think that, or my question is, do you think that there's a medicine for any type of thing?
For any type of thing? What do you mean by that?
Like, is there a medicine for someone who is really depressed, who is thinking about taking their own life? I mean, how bad can it be?
I mean, pharmaceutical medicine, I don't know about that. I mean, on many levels. Like, first of all, I really don't know. Like, genuinely, I don't know what they have out there that can help or whatever. But I think more than that, it's like depression, people that want to take their own life. I don't think there's any medicine that could really cure that. I feel like it's just like it's just knowledge and comfort, people around you. Like if your brain is what's giving you that feeling, then your brain is what can fix it, right?
Yeah.
Pills aren't going to fix that. If your thoughts were making you suicidal and want to kill yourself, or make you feel down all the time, then it's like you need positive thoughts, positive people, right? To show you like what your life's worth. And like it took him seconds, or a second actually, to realize that everything that he felt for years was worth it. Literally 1 second. It wasn't a medicine. It wasn't like some pill or anything like that. It was his brain. What was causing the problem is what solved it. I believe that is like the pure cure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think it's about the pharmaceuticals what can solve that. Doctors can't solve that. No, your body heals itself. When you have a cut, it heals on its own.
Yeah. You know, they say that the human body was built in order to carry our brains. If you really think about it, you and I, everyone else, this is the machine that controls everything. You know, we can be either guided to paradise or guided straight to hell by it. It's very interesting, you know, and we all go through it. He's going through it, or everybody else is going through it on a different type of level, you know, and like they say, every great psychiatrist has a psychiatrist. Even them. Nobody is free from it. We all go through it. We all go through our ups and downs, especially when it comes to emotions, because life can be hard. But we are created unique. We're different than animals. Human beings, we're able to find a way if we really work hard at it.
Of loved ones, they didn't do that to hurt you or destroy your life. They took their lives because they were struggling and in a great deal of emotional and mental pain. Suicide, mental illness, and addiction are the only diseases that we blame the person for perpetually. But people die from suicide just like they die from any other organ diseased. Today, no matter the pain I'm in, no matter the struggles I experience, I do believe that life is the greatest gift we've ever been given. And if you're suffering mentally, don't wait like I did, sitting in denial for so long. Because recovery happens. I'm living proof.
I'm living proof. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I like that. I'm living proof.
Yeah, that's a good one. Couldn't have said it better. Yeah, but his whole life he was paranoid, hallucination, bipolar disorder. And then that one incident happened at 1 second. And now pretty much his whole life is devoted to preventing from others from going through that, from stopping them from that feeling when he let go of the rail. So he found a purpose in life from that experience. Now, I'm not saying like, you know, that's the only way to find out, you know, your purpose in life. What I'm saying is, you know, he was a lucky one. He was the 1%. He said it. I'm the 1% that made it. I survived from people who jumped out of the Golden Gate Bridge, and all 19 others, they regretted the same feeling, you know? So he found his purpose in life, and he's trying to prevent others from going through that. And he copes with it now, his pain and everything that he suffered from before, he still has, and he copes with it. He has I've seen other videos from him. He explains like his that day in a lot more detail. And honestly, it's scary. Like, you know, he was like, I was on the bus, and the bus driver was like telling him, he was like crying on the bus, and the bus driver was like, come on, I got another stop. I gotta get out of here. He didn't even care. He's like, no one cares, you know? And he even said in here, he's like, he realized that no, everyone cares. Like my family cares, all these people care. And I believe like he's married now with kids.
Yeah, I seen that. It's beautiful.
Like his life took a complete 180 turn.
It's like having someone give you advice who came back from the dead. No one really knows what kind of experience you have when you die. Yeah. Because nobody came back to tell you that experience. But what he's saying is, I'm living proof. Because he said 4 seconds was nothing but regret. And I believe that he lived for a purpose. Is to tell other people who are thinking about suicide, don't do it, because you're going to feel that same regret that everyone else felt. Yeah.
He's trying to pull out their own worth. Like he's trying to show them that you have a purpose in life. You just have to find it, or it's right in front of you, but you're not accepting it. You're too busy focusing on the burden that you think you are on others, or the pain or whatever it might be for others. But it's right here. Like, your purpose is right there.
This is a good way to say, and to end it off by saying that there are two most important days in your life is the day you are born and the day that you find out why.
Yeah. That's true.